Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Deli Rowe here, and I'm here to show you the way that I bust my background vocals in Logic Pro. I want to give a special shout out to Music Production for Women for allowing me this opportunity to teach you guys, or teach you ladies. And also, I want to thank them for being an amazing platform for women of music who want to learn how to take their creative career into their own hands. So without further ado, let's get into learning how to bust your vocals. Busting vocals pretty much means taking control of a group of vocals with one particular track. So you don't have to individually add sound effects or individually mix tracks in order to give you the sound that you want, especially when all of the tracks are pretty much going to be sounding the same. So what I tend to do is I go here in Logic Pro. As you can see, this is my session of a song that I've done. And the first thing I do is I try to group all of my tracks together. So I have all of these here, which are vocal tracks. So if I press solo on the track folder, it'll show that you can hear all the tracks together. So listen to this.
Give me the cars, give me the clothes, I want the money,
right?
I'll take the home.
So everything is playing together. All of the vocals are mixed together. And if we go over here to my mixing, window, if I go here, which is my hook folder, it'll show you all of these particular vocal files that I have grouped together. So you see I've panned them left and right, the way I want them to sound. And if you look up here, I have them all going to bus number 1. So if I were to take bus number 1 off, I click it and it turns off. This is what those vocals sound like. You hear how the sound is very raw. There's nothing there, okay? So when I go to bust my vocals, going back to the mixing window, let's say all of these had no bus, right? Let's say these are brand new raw vocals that I just recorded into Logic, and I want them all to be mixed together because not only is it going to reduce the processing power on my computer, but it just makes my workflow so much simpler when I have a lot of vocals to get through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press shift, click the first track, press shift, and then press the last track so they all are highlighted together. You can pan them how you want. I like to pan my vocals hard left and hard right, especially if I'm doing background vocals. And we're going to go here. Let me turn this bus off. It's like that wasn't there. We're going to go to this first little short box here. And we're going to press on it. So to give you a few options of what you want to do, you're going to go to bus. So I already have a bus set up here. But if you don't have a bus set up, you just create one, okay? So I'm going to click the one that I've already created, and that one says BGVs. So I'm going to click on that. And as you can see, all of these files, all of these tracks are going to bus number 1. Now, when I slide over on my mixing window, this is the track that correlates to these buses. So all of these files will do exactly what this bus track tells it to do. So right now, I have a couple of effects on here. This is a preset that I typically save for a lot of my background vocals, and that's another thing you can do. If you find a set of effects that works well for your vocals, you can just go up here and press save channel strip setting as, and you can save it as whatever you'd like. And then once it's saved, you can go here to user channel strips, and it'll show up. So this one, I'm using BGV for bus. That's what I like to use there. So I have a couple of EQs. I have Vocal Writer, which is from the Waves plugin bundle, the stock Logic Gate Space Designer, which is a reverb. It's the stock Logic sound. CLA2, which is a compressor within the Waves bundle, one of my favorites. Sometimes I add echo, but I don't have it on right now. Waves Tune, which is pretty much a pitch corrector in the Waves bundle, and then this is the de-esser in the Waves bundle. Logic has really great stock plugins that you can definitely play around with. You do not have to use what I'm using. Just go in there and just mess around with stuff, and you just see what works for you. But this is what I like my vocals to sound like, okay? All right, going back here to all of my tracks, I'm going to highlight them again. So I'm going to press the first one, press shift, hold down shift on my keyboard, and then press the last one. And what I'm going to do is, even though I have my bus on, I have to turn the bus effects up so that they can take to the vocal track. So we're going to click on the little circle next to that, and we're going to pull it up. Pull it all the way up. So wherever you want it to go, however much of the effect you want. I'm going to take mine to about there, between -1 and -2. And that just gives me a good sound. so that once it looks like this and I have a little green half circle there and I can see my buses on, now I'm going to go back to my main channel to make sure that my effects have taken to my vocals. So let's check it out and let's see.
Give me the cars. Give me the clothes.
Yep.
I want the money. I'll take the home.
So they have taken to my vocals, which I'm so happy about. This will free up so much of your mixing time. It will free up so much of your processing time on your computer. And I definitely recommend that you give it a try so that you can keep creating. All right. So once again, my name is Deli Rowe. You can find me on Instagram at Deli Rowe. Thank you again, once again, to Music Production for Women. Make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. And until the next time, ladies, keep creating.